Hello everyone, Daniel here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, we'll be doing a review for Black Panther Wakanda Forever. This is a 2022 film from Marvel Studios, rated PG-13 with a runtime of 2 hours and 41 minutes. We'll definitely get into that. As of the recording of this video, this movie sits at a Rotten Tomatoes score of critics 84%, audience 94%. I'm kind of in between both of them, maybe closer to the critics. So let me give you a quick synopsis. This will be a non-spoiler review, and then we'll get into it. In Marvel Studios' Black Panther Wakanda Forever, Queen Ramonda, Shuri, M'Baku, Okoye, and the Dora Milaje fight to protect their nation from intervening world powers in the wake of King T'Challa's death. As the Wakandans strive to embrace their next chapter, the heroes must band together with the help of Nakia and Everett Ross to forge a new path for the kingdom of Wakanda. So let's talk about some people behind the camera before we get into this. This was directed by Ryan Coogler, who also directed the other Black Panther movie, written by Ryan Coogler and Joe Robert. So I'll address the first thing I think that should be addressed. I think the movie handled Boseman's passing very well. I know it's not the resolution for everyone because everyone feels very differently about the issue. To me, it felt like it was done in a very respectful manner where it would not trivialize somebody's real life passing. Um, so that's the first thing I really wanted to make sure to kind of cover. So overall, I really enjoyed the movie. It's a very fun movie. It's a very emotional movie. It's action packed, big sequences. Of course, the introduction of some amazing new characters and even a whole amazing new world. Really. So let's go through some of the performances here, and then I'll get more into details. So we have as the cast Letitia Wright starring as Shuri, Lupita Nyong'o as Nakia, probably one of my favorite characters. I feel like her character is probably one of the ones that was a little bit underserved because of the screen time. Just because I love Lupita so much and I love the character of Nakia, I think she's a really fun character. We also have Danai Gurira as Okoye, probably one of the most just badass characters in the MCU. Winston Duke, M'Baku, he returns to deliver both a poignant and very entertaining performance. I want more on Baku in movies, and I want more Winston Duke. I think he's a very charismatic actor. We have also Angela Bassett as Queen Ramonda, who to me steals the first half of the movie. She's just so great. Angela Bassett delivers a performance that's very emotional. It really connects with a lot of the feelings that some people are. This movie is a lot of it is about grief and how to deal with that and loss and how to deal with that and then what to do with all those feelings and how it can be positive or negative, depending on your approach. So I think Angela Bassett really brings an excellent point of view for that, a beautiful way to handle some of those things. And overall, she's just really, really amazing. Also, she had some fantastic looks all throughout the movie. So that was really cool. We also have Martin Freeman returning as Everett Ross. What a delightful character. He really feels like a character that's kind of inserted there as to move. I would say Everett Ross moves the track of the storyline that affects the larger MCU as a whole. Whereas this movie, for the most part, felt very much Black Panther Wakanda centric. There are definitely larger implications, and those are felt throughout Everett Ross's storyline. We have the introduction of Dominique Thorne as Riri Williams. Uh, Fantastic. Just another standout. Every time she was in the scene, I knew it was going to be fun. I love her interactions with Shuri and Okoye. She just has great chemistry with those characters, and I hope to see them interact more in the future. Specifically with Okoye, I think they're a very unusual pairing, so I think that would be fun. We also have the introduction of Tenoch Huerta as a Namor, as he is called in the movie. I am very happy with his performance. I think Tenoch's he carried the second half of the movie. Like it was like Angela Bassett passed on the baton to him, and he's like, "Here you go, and now it's your movie." So it's really cool. It's a really interesting duality of this movie. So we also have Alex Levinali as Atuma and Mabel Cadena as Namora. Fantastic performances from both of them. Really cool. Atuma is a really menacing, really cool looking character, and Namora is just another badass. Like, I love her outfit probably the most out of all the people of Talokan. Um, yeah, it's great. I think she's definitely like the best support that Namor gets throughout this whole movie. So let's talk a little bit more broadly now that we've talked about some of the characters. Like I said, I had a really good time during this movie. I think the introduction of Namor was just, it was such a cool, like, look, I like Tana Huerta, I like him as an actor, but I really overall in the movie really like Namor. Like, I understood his motivations. I think Black Panther has given us, to this franchise has given us two of the most amazing antagonists. I'm not even gonna call them villains, because even though they do some bad stuff, they are, to me, they're just antagonists. They have a different point of view, and maybe their approach isn't fully right, but that doesn't mean that their motivations are incorrect. So yeah, he was great. I can't wait to see what Namor does in the future. I want to see more of Talokan. I want to see more of the people of Talokan. Beautiful stuff. As I mentioned, there's a lot of emotions in the screen. One of the things that drives that emotion is the music. And I finally, as I was watching the movie, I finally figured out, because I've been getting choked up a little bit watching all the coverage coming up to this, and like I said, it's been very emotional. And I wasn't sure what was the trigger, and then I finally watched it on my second watch of this film. Whenever T'Challa's theme comes on, the Black Panther theme, um, that's what does it. It's such a beautiful reminder of T'Challa and the character. But I think that's really the main. So like, the music throughout the whole film is amazing. The sound design, just everything. Like, I really really love it. I love the soundtrack as well. All the songs that we heard from the trailer are great. And then that thematic feeling moves on towards the rest of the movie. And I did mention that this movie is almost 3 hours long, but it flies by. Like, there is, on my second watch, there was maybe a little bit of a part where I felt like it was a little bit stagnant, but overall, like, you don't even feel 2 hours and 41 minutes, which is insane. Also, there's only one end credit scene at the mid. It's a mid credit scene, so you don't even have to stay till the end. I stayed till the end the first time because I wanted to see all the comic creators and all the special thanks and all that stuff, because I really like seeing some of those names on the screen. I think it's really fun to honor the original material, which brings me to my next point. Every time, at least in their version I watched, every time they speak a different language, the captions are colored differently. So for Talokan, for that language, it's blue. For the Wakandan language, is yellow. They also speak French because they go to some places where they speak French. They speak Spanish, which, listening to a specific character speak Spanish was a delight. And yeah, so anytime they speak a different language is colored differently, which is, to me, was a really fun nod to comic book lettering. That's something that they do in the comics a lot, right? They will, it will stand out when a character's speaking a different language, or when a different character speaking, they'll color code some of those things. At least, whenever lettering is really good, it will stand out like that. So yeah, that was a really fun thing. Uh, yeah, and overall, I could watch this movie again. Really, it's really fun. I might. I think what I'm gonna do next is a double feature, where I watch the original Black Panther, and then rewatch Wakanda Forever, because I think that would be a really fun experience to kind of go through the whole journey. Uh, yeah, and just my time watching this movie was so much fun. I just amazed by the introduction of Namor, and the people of Talokan. Like, this was all so beautifully done. The costuming, the sets, even when they're having conversations, some movies will just have the characters do nothing and be static. But this one doesn't. This one takes advantage to like introduce some more of the character traits, some more of their quirks, like what kind of drives them. And Amor's a really interesting character because he's a being of both worlds, right? He's a being of the surface, but also a being of the underwater. Really, really fun. Um, the last part of the movie, it's on my second rewatch, it was not as impactful. Like the final confrontation, it was not as impactful. But overall, it was still a lot of fun. And yeah, I'm really satisfied with this movie. I think it's a perfect way to end cap Phase 4 of the MCU. I know a lot of people are not, they're not seeing a thematic connection throughout the Phase 4. Maybe we'll just make another video to talk about some of that stuff. I know we still also have the Guardians Holiday Special, but to me that feels like the uh, like this is the real ending, and then we have like a little encore or like a special thing. The holiday special is like our after credit scene for Phase 4. To me it feels like. Uh, so yeah, I'm very excited. Let me know what you guys think of Wakanda Forever. You can also check out my brief letterbox review in the description of this video. And as we hit to 1,000 subs, we're very close. We'll definitely keep talking more Wakanda Forever. I've already made a bunch of YouTube shorts with talking about the end credit scene, talking about some of my favorite parts, some introductions of characters, all that good stuff. Go check that out when you're out and about. Let me know what else you would like to see on those YouTube shorts as well. Leave that in the comments. So thanks for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Stay tuned because we have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff here in the channel. And as always, thanks for watching, everyone.